Imagine you're a detective with a magnifying glass, trying to solve the mystery of the missing cookies. Your friend, a parrot named Polly, tells you, "I think the cookies were taken by a space alien with polka dot boots." Now, Polly loves to tell big, imaginative stories, so when she tells you this, you decide to listen to her clue, but also think about it carefully because it sounds a bit more like a fun story than what really happened. This is what "take with a grain of salt" means. Listening to what someone says, but also thinking about it carefully in case it's not completely true or right. Long, long ago, people found out that if you eat something that doesn't taste good, adding a little bit of salt can make it taste better. So when we say, "take something with a grain of salt," it's like adding a little bit of salt to a story that might be hard to believe to help us swallow it better. We listen to the story, but we also keep in our minds that it might not be exactly true. So next time you hear a story that sounds a bit too wild or too hard to believe, remember to use your detective skills and take it with a grain of salt. It means you're being smart, thinking about it carefully, and not believing it right away without some proof or thinking. Here's a story to illustrate. It's the tale of Zippy the zebra and the moon chase. In the colorful, vibrant lands of Whispering Meadows, there lived a zebra named Zippy. Zippy was known for his boundless curiosity and his sparkling wide eyes, always eager to learn something new. One bright morning, as the sun painted the sky with golden hues, Zippy overheard a tale from Marvin the monkey, who loved to spin stories more than swinging from trees. "Zippy!" Marvin exclaimed, dangling from a vine with excitement. "Last night, while you were dreaming, I flew to the moon on a giant banana and discovered it's made entirely of cheese." Zippy's ears perked up. "Cheese? The moon?" he questioned, his imagination already racing with visions of a cheesy lunar landscape. "Yes, cheese. Moon cheese is the tastiest cheese you'll ever have. It's creamy, dreamy, and utterly out of this world," Marvin chattered on, his eyes twinkling with mischief. Zippy pondered Marvin's story. He knew Marvin loved to tell tales that sounded more like grand adventures from storybooks than real life. "Take it with a grain of salt," his mom would often say when Marvin shared his stories. So, Zippy decided to plan a fun experiment. "Marvin, if the moon is made of cheese, let's have a picnic on Whispering Meadows tonight and taste the moon cheese when it falls from the sky." Marvin agreed, and word of the moon cheese picnic spread like wildfire. By dusk, animals from all corners of the meadow gathered, their eyes full of wonder and baskets full of crackers, ready to pair them with the moon cheese. As the moon rose, casting soft, silvery glows over Whispering Meadows, the animals waited eagerly, their gazes fixed on the sky. Hours passed, filled with laughter and shared stories, but no moon cheese fell. Zippy, with a gentle smile, addressed his friends. "It seems our picnic will have to do without moon cheese tonight. But let's enjoy the crackers, the stories, and our company under this beautiful moonlight." The animals laughed, nibbling on their snacks, realizing the adventure wasn't about tasting moon cheese, but about coming together, sharing joy, and sparking their imaginations. As the night whispered its secrets and the stars danced in the sky, Zippy learned an important lesson: to listen to stories with wonder, but also with a grain of salt. For the real magic often lies not in the tales themselves, but in the journey they inspire. And finally, here's a poem to illustrate. Tommy had a talking fish, a sparkly fish named Swish. Swish said she came from outer space, with lasers in her fishy face. We zoom around the Milky Way, Fishy Swish would often say, fighting robots, dodging stars, and making friends with folks on Mars. Tommy listened, eyes so wide, to tales of Swish's cosmic ride. But something tickled in his brain. Should he believe it? That was the strain. He thought of Swish, so small and neat. Could she do such a mighty feat? And then he smiled, a clever thought. Take it with a grain of salt. I love your stories, Swish, so bold, with aliens and planets made of gold. But just a sprinkle of salt, you see, to help me decide what might just be. So when his brother yelled with glee, "A giant spider talked to me!" Tommy knew just what to do. A grain of salt for that claim, too. And if a bird tweets from the sky, "I saw a flying pizza pie!" Tommy giggles, smart and bright. A grain of salt for tales of flight. Sometimes the stories stretch so tall, they might seem ready for a fall. But salt can help you understand between the truth and fishy land. So listen close and have some fun, but keep that grain of salt on the run. For the wildest tales, so big and bright, need a sprinkle of salt to set things right.